All right. Good afternoon, everyone. We'll give everyone another 30 seconds and then we'll begin. We do have interpretation available. Interpretation this evening is available in Spanish and sign language. Families, please select the globe icon menu below on your screen to receive your interpretation services if needed.
Tenemos también interpretación disponible. La interpretación de esta noche está disponible en español y en lenguaje de señas americanas. Familias, por favor, si desean la interpretación, seleccionen el icono del globo terráqueo y reciba usted la interpretación, el servicio si es que lo necesita.
Wonderful. Thank you again, and welcome everyone to our last SECAC meeting of the 25-26 school year. We have appreciated your support and your commitment to being a part of this wonderful council. We know we can't do it without you all, and so we appreciate your commitment to your children and to the special education work we do here in MCPS. We'll begin with introductions. I'm Jada Langston, Director of Special Education Services, sitting in tonight for our Mary Beth Maturanos, who is celebrating with her family tonight. So we want to congratulate her nephew and his accomplishments that she's celebrating tonight. And we hope that we do well for her this evening in her absence. I'll turn it over to our other director here tonight, Dr. Erica Williams.
Thank you, Ms. Langston. Yes, not quite yet, working on it. Good evening, everyone. My name is Erica Williams, and I'm the Director for Special Education Pre-K and Related Services. Along the lines with that, I'm so glad to be here with you this evening. Glad to be able to make it to the last meeting. I did, unfortunately, miss the last, I think, 2 meetings. I apologize for that, but I was taking classes and the attendance for those classes was mandatory. And so I hate that I missed the important SECAC meetings, but those classes are over. So glad I can be here with you this evening. As Jada Langston said, thank you so much for your collaboration and working with us in MCPS leadership. Your voice is very important. These meetings are very important to us. So just thank you for all of your hard work and your commitment and dedication to helping us help your children and the families. Thank you.
All right, we'll turn it over to Dr. Williams, the other Dr. Williams on the call.
Good evening, everyone. I'm happy to see some familiar faces as well. Latanya Williams. I'm the Acting Supervisor of Special Education Services, and I have enjoyed attending this year's SECAC meetings. I'm going to turn it over to, I see Ms. Perry here.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Kashara Perry. I am the Acting Supervisor of Autism Services for Montgomery County Public Schools. It has been a pleasure and continue to be a pleasure to be here with you all tonight and throughout all of the SECAC meetings.
That's it. And we would like to bring greetings from Dr. Gilliard Jones. Her son is graduating from high school today, so she is celebrating him. So we want to say congratulations to her. And Dr. Margaret Cage, our chief, she is also at a graduation today as well. So it is that time of the year where graduations are occurring, but they send their greetings and thank you for your commitment and your voice in our CCAC. We also want to do welcome to our CCAC chair. So I'm going to turn it over to them. Next slide.
So I think as most of you know, my term has come to an end. And it's crazy because pretty early on, we were asked to review the bylaws and to consider implementing terms. And I was fairly indifferent, and 6 years seemed like a really long time. And I thought, well, I'm never going to be there that long. And here we are. So, and those of you, some of you have sort of been here this whole time, and we've been together through our kids in elementary school and middle and high school and through a variety of diagnosis and challenges. And I just want to thank everyone for being such a lovely community. That's why I kept coming back. And thank you for giving me the privilege of being the voice sometimes for everyone. And, as co-chairs have in the past been asked to participate in staff interview panels and different committees. And we also sometimes get to be interviewed by ambitious and bright middle school and high schoolers doing podcasts about issues in special education. And so there's a lot to this position, and I'm just really grateful that I've had a chance to help everyone and be a voice sometimes. I'm going to put my email in the chat. So if anyone needs anything big or small, be sure to still reach out to me. And I'm super grateful for MCPS staff for doing what you do. I know it has not been an easy couple of years. Derek, thank you for all your tech support. It's amazing. I don't know if Jin Feng is here, but it's been nice knowing him a little bit. And Brooke has been an awesome role model, and I'm glad she's going to continue to be a part of things. And Mary Beth is not here, but people should definitely give her a shout out when you see her because she is definitely one of the kindest, hardest working people I've been around. I guess that's all. Thank you for giving me a few extra minutes to express myself to you, and I'll really miss everyone. Thank you.
I don't think Jing Feng is here. I was looking, so if I missed him, I'm so sorry. I'm Brooke Levy, as you all know. For those of you who don't, I play several hats. I do, of course, have children within MCPS. I have 3 children. 2 have already graduated from MCPS. My youngest, who just turned 18, receives special education services at Seneca Valley High School. And they too just had their graduation today. So lots of exciting activities going on this time of year. And I just want to just say, Amy, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure to work with you and getting to know you. And even though we've only met in person maybe once or twice, it's your face is familiar, and you've done so much for SECAC, and your advocacy and your support of the special education community within MCPS has been is noticed, and I'm grateful. So thank you. In addition to my role as a parent, I'm also the executive director of the Down Syndrome Network of Montgomery County. So I come from both a personal and personal and professional perspective. So thank you all for being here this evening and being part of SECAC throughout the year. And thank you to all the leadership that are here as well this evening. We couldn't do all of this without all the parents, but also, of course, without the leadership as well. So with that, we can go on to the next slide, unless Jing Feng has joined us. But we should also say, I don't know, I can't remember if we did say this, Jing Feng has doesn't have the capacity anymore to be on SECAC. And so as we are later on in the meeting, looking to share our candidates who are nominees for joining SECAC, we will be bringing on 3, not 2, so that we can have more capacity within our own little leadership group as parents. But thank you so much to Jing Feng, who has also, while I know his time was short, he certainly brought a very good perspective to SECAC as a parent of a child with a disability.
Yes, good afternoon again, and thank you, Brooke and Amy. It has definitely been a pleasure working with you both in my year with both of you guys. So I definitely appreciate it and appreciate your commitment to our families and to your children and to our children at MCPS. It's been great. Special education update. So we know that the budget from County Council was approved for the $7.9 billion. However, there was still a deficit within that budget to meet all of our needs. So I would encourage everyone to continue to stay tuned. We know that there will be continued cuts in special education on the central office level. So we will need you to just stay tuned with what Dr. Taylor is sharing in reference to that. As things stabilize out and we know from the budget what the final positions are, that information will be shared. And we'll work with the SECAC new chairs to ensure that we make sure that information is shared with you all over the summer. So that's kind of where we are right now with special education updates. Due to the budget cuts, it will impact the organizational chart that was shared in the budget for the upcoming year. And so we want to make sure we speak to that appropriately as those final decisions are made and be able to share that out with you all this summer to ensure transparency and accuracy about what's happening next. Next slide. I'm going to turn it back over to the co-chairs because tonight is a big night. We are doing our elections, and I will have Brooke and Amy take it over from here.
Great. Thank you so much. I think we can just go, well, I guess we can, yeah. So tonight, as you know, we are electing 3 additional SECAC chairpersons. And Amy, please chime in at any time. I'm not going to read all of this to you all because you can read it yourselves. But what I do want to just point out just quickly is that to qualify for a chairperson, you must have a student receiving special education services in MCPS. And you must have some sort of working knowledge of special education services provided by MCPS. You also must have attended at least 2 meetings this year, and you must be willing to commit to at least a 1 2-year term with as we check in each year, seeing if you'd like to continue with the maximum of 6. And then, of course, we will follow as it states in the bylaws for electing new SECAC chairpersons as we are doing this evening. And then in addition to running for a SECAC co-chair position, in order to vote for a SECAC co-chair position, you also must have attended a minimum of 2 SECAC meetings this year. Thank you. That's just some of the nitty gritty that's in our bylaws that I do need to share with you. Next slide, please. So at this point, we have some very qualified candidates who have put their names in the hat, and we are going to give an opportunity to our nominees to talk to us about their experiences and their qualifications and their interest in becoming a SECAC leader. Our first nominee is Dr. Linnea Brown. You can come off mute.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Linnea Brown, and I'm honored to be considered for the Special Education Citizens Advisory Committee, parent co-chair position for the 2026-2027 term. My son's name is Ezra, who receives special education services at Laytonsville Elementary School, and he has co-occurring diagnoses of Down syndrome and autism. He's 6 years old. And as a parent and advocate, my interest in serving in this role comes from both my personal experience and a deep commitment to strengthening special education supports and family engagement. I understand firsthand how complex and at times overwhelming the special education system can feel for families, especially when navigating the IEP process, accessing appropriate services, or even trying to ensure that a child's needs are fully understood and met. And so over time, I have learned that meaningful change happens when families, educators, and administrators work in true partnership. I'm interested in serving as co-chair because I want to help strengthen those connections, making sure parents' voices are not only heard, but are also actively shaping the decision and the conversations within the Special Education Citizens Advisory Committee. If selected, I would focus on supporting clear communication between families and the committee, encouraging inclusive participation from diverse parent voices across the community, and helping to ensure that meetings and initiatives remain focused on practical solutions that improve outcomes for students. I also believe in the importance of transparency and follow through so that families can see how their input contributes to real action. I would be grateful for the opportunity to serve in this role and to work collaboratively with all of you to continue building a strong, responsive, and family-centered special education citizens advisory community. Thank you for all your time and consideration.
Thank you so much, Linnea. It's great to hear from you. All right, next slide, please. Our next candidate is Rebecca Holtzman. So Rebecca, if you'd like to come off mute and share with us your experience and interest in becoming a SECAC co-chair, that would be great.
First of all, I would like to say that I am I'm terrified of speaking in public. So if I stumble over my words, please forgive me. I'm a behind the scenes kind of girl, and that's where I kind of like to work, and I do my best work. I too am honored to be a part of this process and be considered as a co-chair. My origin story is my twins, who are both ADHD, and our experience started at Brown Station Elementary and Wayside Elementary in pre-K. And I have seemed to find a knack within me, a fire for advocating for not just my kids, but everybody else's kids. I have worked within school systems that don't have equity. I am fortunate to live in an area that does have equity, and it ticks me off every day. My background is I worked for LexisNexis and ProQuest, and I am hyper organized, and executive functioning is my strong suit, and I'm excellent at creating meetings and PowerPoints, and as well as having a plethora of people in my network that advocate along with me. I am the training MCC PTA chair. I am the PTA delegate for Beverly Farms Elementary School. I have also taken on a role for screens out of schools. And I am a core Chromebook working group with Betsy Tao, who is chair of our tech committee. And I would really, really be honored to take on this role as well, because this is where my love language is. My children are my life, and everything around them matters to me in the most largest capacity that I could possibly allude to. And that's it. That's really all there is. I bring fire everywhere I go, and I would like to bring fire to this group. I know that we are really at a loss right now because Michael Cordell has stepped down from his position. And I think that this group can bring as a whole what Michael Cordell brought until his role at the MCC PTA level is filled. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. Okay, next slide, please.
Just a small request, if we can have the presenters just slow down a little bit in their talking. That was amazing, but just overall, just for our interpreters to catch on. Nothing negative against the presenters. You're doing an amazing job. It's just for the rest of the presenters, just a little, just so our interpreters can catch up. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for saying that, Derek. I know that I am a very fast speaker from New York City originally, and I definitely talk like I'm from New York City. So it's a good reminder for all of us to make sure that everyone has access to what we're saying. Okay, so our next nominee for co-chair is Keelan, and please come off mute. And I really hope that I said your name properly. I apologize if I did not. I know I saw her on here, so she's here somewhere.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chilan. Exactly, Chilan, sorry. And I'm the parent of 2 children in MCPS. So one of my children was diagnosed with autism around age 3. And over the years, our family has navigated several special education programs, including the Infants and Toddlers, PEP, Learning Center, ARS, and LED. These experiences have given me a deep understanding of both the challenges the family face and the importance of strong, effective support systems. For the past 3 years, I have worked as a special education paraeducator in the CAP, LED, and Autism Connections programs. So serving both as a parent and a staff member has given me a unique perspective on the importance of the communication, collaboration, and trust in supporting student success. In addition, I am an active member of the Special Education Equal Development Society, aka SEAS. I serve as a PTA president of a Glory Star Children Chorus and serve as a special education liaison and NAACP parent representative at Ridgeville Middle School. Through these roles, I have developed strong advocacy, communication, and community engagement skills. So I am interested in serving on SECAC because I want to help strengthen the partnership among families, schools, and broader community. I believe it is important that families feel informed, supported, respected, and heard while navigating special education services and advocating for their children. I believe my lived experience as a parent and my school-based experience as a paraeducator and my collaborative approach would allow me to contribute meaningfully to SECAC's work and help support positive outcomes for families and students across MCPS. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you, Keith. So nice to have you. Next. So our next nominee is Nicole Rivera. I'm not sure if I saw her on here. Oh, yes. Nope. I don't know if I see her or not, but Nicole, if you are on here, please come off mute and share your desire to become a co-chair and share your experiences.
Do you want me to read this in her absence, or do we assume?
Yeah, go ahead and read it because I didn't hear from her that she wouldn't be here. But yeah, let's go ahead. You can go ahead and read it if you like.
Just in case there was like an emergency.
Yeah.
And if not,
Yeah.
okay. Nicole Rivera, her child's schools are Magruder High School, Sequoia, and Up County Elementary School. Their grades are early Head Start, pre-K kindergarten, second, middle school, and high school. That sounds like a lot of children. Nicole Rivera's experience with special education comes from advocating for her own children and working closely with schools to ensure their individual needs are understood, supported, and met. Through ongoing collaboration with teachers, administrators, and support staff, she has gained firsthand experience navigating IEPs, 504 plans, and the special education process across multiple grade levels. In addition to advocating for her own family, Nicole has supported other parents by sharing resources, offering encouragement, and helping families feel more informed and less alone while navigating the school system. She understands both the challenges and importance of building strong partnerships between families and schools.
Great. Thanks, Amy. Next slide, please. Great. Okay, and I definitely saw Mark Schwartz on here. So Mark, if you would like to share with us your experiences within the special education community here in MCPS and your desire to become a SECAC co-chair, that would be great. Thank you.
Good evening. Thank you for considering me for the nomination. A little bit of background for me. I first began as an attorney, as a family court prosecutor, cases dealing with abuse, neglect, and juvenile delinquency. And when those children came into care, we worked with social workers, school administrators, and such to make sure those children were getting proper evaluations, services, and making sure their educational needs were met. Fast forward several years later, when our twins were born, Alana and Leah, they suffered HIE at birth. Leah's no longer with us, but we still have Alana almost 11 years later. She is finishing her 4th grade year at Stephen Knowles. We have been part of the school district for 5 years now. Not on the slide, but the little one who's on my shoulders in that picture is Louisa. She's finishing at kindergarten at Stonegate Elementary. And Alana has been to a couple different schools within the district as far as us navigating what is the appropriate, least restrictive environment for her to get the right services. And through this journey, I have learned a lot about FAPE and IDEA and what those laws are, what they mean, and what children are entitled to. And the bottom line is I'm here because I would like to help. My experience and my knowledge with my fellow parents who have a child in special school district are getting special school district services. Starting with the basic, the nuts and bolts is as simple as knowing the documents that are put in front of you at meetings, what you're going to sign, what those documents mean, and if any of the clauses or sentences in those documents might not be legally enforceable or maybe could use some improvement. I will tell you, I have definitely given my fair share of suggestions on some documents over the past 5 years, and I plan to continue doing so. And the nominees that went before me have said things I'm going to echo and piggyback on. Advocacy is vital, but collaboration is just as important. And that's what I want to do. All of us have better things to do than be on Zoom, Thursday evening. But we're doing this because we love our children. We want the best for our children, and we want to help others. And I'm just asking for that opportunity. So thank you all for your time and consideration.
Thank you, Mark. Next slide, please. So our next nominee is Smret Tewolde. I don't know if I saw her on here or not, but if you are here, please come off mute and share with us your desire to become a co-chair and share your experiences. Amy, do you want to go ahead and read this one?
Sure. Smret Tewolde. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. I actually teach adult ESOL and still have a really hard time pronouncing names. Okay, so she is at Winston Churchill High School and has a child in 10th grade. She is the parent of a high school student with an IEP and has been actively involved in advocating for her child's academic and developmental needs. She has participated in IEP meetings, follow-up communications, and collaborative problem solving with school staff. Through this work, she has developed a strong understanding of how supports are implemented in practice and the importance of addressing challenges related to engagement, executive functioning, and access to curriculum. Smret is interested in helping improve how students with IEPs are supported across the school system and in helping families feel informed, heard, and supported. She brings lived experience, strong advocacy skills, and a collaborative, solution-oriented mindset. She values accountability, clear communication, and practical student-centered solutions.
Great. Thank you so much, Amy. Next slide. So that brings us to the close of who our nominees are to become our CCAC co-chairs. Here is the link, and I'm going to also put it hopefully in the chat so everybody has. Oh, that didn't work. Hold on a minute. Anyway, we are going to get the link in the chat is what I'm trying to say. And I know that it was emailed earlier today. Everyone has until June 8th to submit your vote. So that is because if we know that this time of year is super busy and we didn't want to just limit it to those people who are at the CCAC meeting this evening. And so we did email out, as you saw, the candidate list so that folks could read that outside of the meeting and read the bios and then submit their vote. I'm just seeing if I can. I don't know if anybody else. Let's see, Derek. I don't know if you can put the link in the chat so that if folks want to vote this evening, they can. And I see somebody already did it, I think. Thank you very much. But you'll be voting for 3 candidates. And so please I think it's candidate 1, 2, and 3. And then once the week is up on June 8th, we will, of course, tally the votes and we will be back in touch with you before the end of the school year. And so I just also want to say, yes, Amy, thank you so much. That was quite the impressive group of candidates who shared with us. I'm really excited. We had actually more candidates that were interested. However, they had only been to either maybe one CCAC meeting, and so they withdrew their nominations. And so, but even that, because that was the case, we had, I think, like 9 or 10 people who were truly interested in this, which is more than any year that I've been part of CCAC. So I just want to say that we have an excellent pool of candidates. I mean, any one of you who spoke this evening could do a good job. And so thank you so much for that. And I'm sure that there will be more opportunities for, to be able to, join the co-chairs at, down the road. But also, I know this year we've been collecting emails of people who want to be part of like subcommittees outside of just the CCAC meeting, so we can do more advocacy and more just kind of like parent-to-parent chats, and so we can learn more. So there are opportunities there as well. So I just really want to thank you so much for that. And I'm just looking here. Somebody said if you could share the link, but it is in there already. I can see it says, if you look above on the in the chat, it says vote here. So for those of you, I really want to encourage everybody to vote. We really want your vote and to participate in this process. And like I said, we'll let you know before the end of the school year which candidates were voted in. And then we'll do some onboarding this summer. Are there any, I think that's good. Oh, you can't get the link. All right, Takita, we'll make sure that you get the link. I see that you're writing that in the note or in the chat.
All right. Thank you, Brooke and Amy, for introducing that slate of candidates. You guys have some wonderful people that are committed to the education of our students. And I think, all of them will be great co-chairs. So thank you so much for just even jumping out there. And we look forward to who the new co-chairs will be. We just want to have a few announcements. So we just want to thank everyone for the Special Education Family Resource Fair we just held recently on May 9th. It was a wonderful time. And let me tell you, Derek, who is behind the scenes, was a big contributor to such a wonderful event. We want to thank him for all that he did and his commitment to our students in this resource fair, along with Mary Beth, who worked very hard. If you did not get a chance to come out there, it was so wonderful to see 3 huge moon bounce uh, balloons in the cafeteria at Paint Branch High School. Who knew they could fit that many in their cafeteria? But it was a fun time. You'll see Chef Egg here, who did a wonderful job in a demonstration of healthy eating and getting, our children to eat healthy just by having things out and available. I think it was a great opportunity for families to see other ways they can have their children eat healthy instead of always the fun things they like to eat. And it was great to see some of the students in there sharing what their favorite foods are and how he was able to share with them a healthy way to eat them. So it was an awesome time. There was also a VR experiment, and there was, I think the last thing, we had not Pokemon, but what's the other one that the kids love? I can't remember what it is if anybody knows, but it's what the kids love. But they had a fun time with it, and they definitely came in and ready to have fun. So we hope families had a great opportunity to connect with so many of the resources, and we would love your feedback as you get ready for the winter fair for next school year. Derek's already been talking about it, and we definitely want to do some more planning. And it would also be in another location because the turnout was so rich. For the one we had in the fall, winter, we want to make sure that we have that opportunity again for our families. So thank you again. Next slide. All right, and we also have our parent involvement survey. Our turnout is still a little low considering the 24,000 students who are considered special education students in our county. And so we do have until this next Friday to complete that. So if you've done it, but others haven't, please spread the word. We've been sharing it with principals, and we know that some schools have been creating a space for families to complete them if they're coming up to the school to pick up or had a meeting. So please, again, if you get a chance, we really need your feedback. Some of the questions from the past have been, are we providing you with all the documentation? Are you receiving constant communication? A lot of times you guys might share that with your co-chairs, but there's also an opportunity to share it in the Maryland survey because then if we find there are areas that we aren't doing very well, that's when we have to create a plan to do better with it. So we need your voice to know what areas we can do better in and make sure that we do better moving forward. So please take that time. The survey is not long, but the questions that they ask are very important so that we can do a better job for you. Next slide. All right, we have some family support services update. We actually have a couple of workshops coming up. You can see our first one is bringing communication home, tools and tips for families. That was going to take place actually on Monday at Carver in the auditorium where we had the Winter Resource Fair from 5:30 to 7. It is free. It'll be great information. It's coming from our Interact group. Miss Alice Wright, who is amazing in sharing some great resources. And so her team will be out to share those communication tools and tips for families if you are interested on Monday. We also have on Thursday how to access resource for children with disabilities. Again, another great opportunity. This is resources, transition services. We will have interpreters available for that. That's going to be Thursday, June 4th afternoon from 5 to 6. And it's actually a Zoom. So you don't even have to worry about trying to get over to MCPS central offices. You'll be able to Zoom in and get some great information. So we would love to have you participate if you can. We know summer is right around the corner, and any resource you can have to have a great summer with your children is always helpful. So please feel free to join into those 2 activities we have coming up to receive some more resources. Next slide. All right, and that's just, again, allows you to sign up for the 2 activities that we have coming up. So when we send out the slides for tonight's meeting, you are welcome to use those links to sign up. Next slide. And do we have any of our community partners here who have any quick announcements to share out tonight?
I'm Sharon Norcio with the City of Rockville Recreation and Parks. At the beginning of the meeting, I did put in some information. We have established a new partnership with the Autism Society to help support kids getting beginner swim lessons at the Rockville pool. So we've had a couple of families take advantage of that. You don't have to be a Rockville resident, but the lessons do take place at the Rockville pool. So we're super excited about that partnership and being able to do water safety and swim lessons for kids of any age who need to be able to be safe in the water. So we're super excited about that. We also still have some camp openings. We have some community events happening over the summer, free movies in the parks that moves around every week on Thursday night, but they are family-friendly movies that happen at dusk. And the schedule is on the website. I did put the link in the chat for anybody who might like to go to those. They're free. You just come and bring your blanket and your family, and you can hang out and do sort of like the good old, drive-in movies, but you walk in. And our pools are open and ready to roll, and we are just super excited about summer, getting ready for all of our staff and all of our inclusion that's going to happen in Rockville. And if you have any questions, again, I put the email in there. It's programaccess@rockvillemd.gov. You have any questions, please reach out to me, and I wish everybody a very safe, successful summer.
Thank you so much, Sharon. You made some people very happy with that announcement. So thank you so much for sharing that out. We appreciate it. Any other community partners here tonight that would like to make an announcement about anything upcoming?
This is Brooke again. I just put in the website for the Down Syndrome Network of Montgomery County. We have a lot of, I'm not going to go through all of our schedule right now, but we have a ton of activities coming up between now and the summer. So feel free to go to our calendar on our website, and I just put a link. Thank you.
Thank you, Brooke.
I had a question for Ms. Norcio. Is the program only for students or children with autism, or can any child with a disability participate?
So if you just reach out to me, I don't want to talk specifics about any particular child on this platform, but if you'd like to reach out to me, I can talk to you about what our options are.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
All right. If we don't have any other community announcements, we'll move on to the next slide. All right. And we've already had our wonderful co-chairs share some great information in the beginning of just their leadership and commitment to us. And we're going to give them an opportunity for final closing remarks. I know Dr. Wang is here now, so we can definitely have him join in. And we also wanted to acknowledge Ashley Doyle, one of our supervisors for extensions, is also here tonight. So I'll turn it back over to our chairpersons if they would like to provide any closing remarks for tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much. Again, this is Jingfeng Huang. I'm sorry I ran a little late to the meeting, but I was so excited to see so many candidates tonight to run for, the parent co-chair. This is so exciting. That means our community is really growing the awareness of how we can advocate for our children, and that's so encouraging. So I really appreciate all the willingness of our candidates to do so, and I really appreciate all the families are here every Thursday to support our parent co-chair and support MCPS Special Education Department, and support us as together as a bigger family to to be united and to advocate for our children and to get the resources, to share the resources and the information. That actually means a lot. So thank you guys so much for tonight, and just don't forget to vote before June 8th. Yeah. And I really appreciate all the support to two of our parent co-chair who is retiring, but we are not going away. So we will stay in the community. We still come on Thursdays, and we'll really hope we can continue. I will also contribute as much as I can. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
And Jianfeng, you missed the beginning when we all thanked you for your service.
Oh yeah, thank you. I know. I
So
really appreciate it, guys.
we thank you and Amy for
Okay.
the work that you've done. But just so that you hear it out loud,
Oh,
again, Amy and
thank
Jianfeng,
you.
thank you so much for the efforts you've put into SECAC, and we truly are grateful for your
You guys
service.
are very kind. Yeah, thank you.
So I don't think that we have a ton more because we kind of wrapped it up, but we will be starting strong in the fall. Once once the votes are in and and the tallies are in, we will make an announcement, and then over the summer we'll have some onboardings, and so that all the CCAC chairs are on the same page, and then we can, like I said, start the fall strong with our administrators from MCPS as well. So thank you all, and gosh, just from us, have a wonderful summer. I hope that you have great things planned, and okay, so we already went over the criteria to vote. You must have a child or a student in MCPS, and you must have attended at least 2 SECAC meetings. So that is pretty much the criteria out of our bylaws. And I'm just looking here, but thank you all. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. I'm the only one left at this moment. So I'm the one on the bottom with my email. I can also put it in the chat.
And I put my email in. So for the new,
good.
whoever becomes a new co-chair, I'm here for you to support you. And anyone else, if there's any summer advocacy going on or anyone just needs anything, let me know. And I just also wanted to remind everyone to celebrate that you've made it through a school year, and remember to, the way people suggest journaling, and gratitude list, keep a list of all the small accomplishments that you and your children have made, because sometimes it's easy to lose sight of that, especially for our kids that are included, and you sometimes feel like you're constantly behind. So just a little plug to remember to have small celebrations.
And then are we having a parent chat after this?
Yes, you certainly are. I was
Okay.
going to go ahead and pivot to that.
Okay,
So
great.
again, thank you guys for a wonderful year. We are excited about all the wonderful candidates and look forward to who our new co-chairs will be alongside Brooke. And again, thank you, Jim Fong and Amy, for all your dedication and work with our CCAC. Another shout out to Derek and Mary Beth for their work, and Diego being here tonight. And of course, our wonderful interpreters to make sure everyone is heard and understands what's happening with our children. So MCPS staff, we're going to exit, and we're going to give the families a chance with the co-chairs to talk about anything else that's on their mind. So again, we thank you.